Well, we're talking with Ryan Villopoto, who's going to be riding in the Monster Energy Cup
tomorrow at Sam Boyd Stadium.
30,000 people expected.
Villopoto, how's it going, buddy?
All right.
Now, how do you stay focused?
What's the worst injury you've ever had?
Each year, the best riders on the planet assemble to fight for the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Their 17-round saga will take place over 5 months in stadiums across North America. Amidst the most competitive fields in the history of the sport, Ryan Villopoto has won 2 straight Supercross championships. But the task of moving forward bears the weight of all that success has extracted from his life.
Do I love it? Yeah, I do love it. But this isn't everything to me. I'll walk tomorrow. I'll walk away.
I was on him a lot, pretty hard on him. I gotta get a drink.
What do you think of Twitter?
How do you train? And now that you're a top dog, do you feel more pressure?
What do you think is the biggest misconception of your sport?
In attempting to acquire a 3rd straight Supercross title in 2013, Villopoto is chasing a feat only previously accomplished by Ricky Carmichael, Bob Hanna, and 7-time champion Jeremy McGrath. But it is a goal that comes secondary to the hope of reuniting his family.
You look at basketball players, all the movie artists, every single person you think of fires their mom or their dad as their manager.
I might have hugged him a lot more and said, you know, I love you.
After 20 years of racing, each task begins with the thoughts of all that can and has gone wrong.
Villopoto went down, cartwheeled. A big end over end.
There is nothing Ryan can do today that will guarantee success. Tomorrow will be the same. Confidence only comes from daily excellence amidst the grind.
If anybody was to say that he's not the right guy or a good ambassador for the sport, then doesn't understand a champion. How can you be a better example than to get knocked down, get back up, and win again?
Dan and Chris Villopoto brought home their first child, Ryan, in the summer of 1988. Their first home was located in the town of Paulsbo, Washington. Known for its harbors, Scandinavian influences, and high amounts of precipitation, it seems an unlikely origin for a Supercross champion. The town was chosen for its beauty by Dan's father while traveling through the Puget Sound as the captain of an Alaskan fishing vessel.
It was just the way of life that we got brought up into it. My dad raced, my uncle raced, my grandpa still rides.
Motocross families in general are probably closer than most because you're like together 24 hours a day, sleeping at the track, and I mean, it's fun.
You know, it took a few years, 3 years for him to get going fast, but I knew from the very get-go as him racing 60s, all right, well, he's gonna be a professional.
Unknown to most parents at the beginning, the journey of taking a kid with racing potential to the pros will cost them more than $500,000 and years on the road. For the Villopotos, these costs were paid while constantly losing to Ryan's childhood rival, Mike Alessi.
Ryan Villopoto was an amateur racer, never won a race when they raced against us. Never. That creates a lot of hard feelings and animosity.
Ryan chasing Mike, he knew Mike was faster than him. Mike beat him straight up most of the time. It just made Ryan be pushed that much harder.
I'd tell Ryan all the time, try harder, put more effort into it. It never ended. It was just a grind.
As Ryan showed more potential, he began to receive racing support, first from Yamaha, then from Kawasaki. But with financial support comes the expectation that the rider will perform at races all over the country, like Loretta Lynn's and Ponca City.
2 weeks before we went to Ponca, my dad had got diagnosed with cancer, and he was really into Ryan's racing. I said, we're going on the road to Ponca and Loretta, Dad, and I'll come back and get you, and then I'll take you home. We were sitting in line at Ponca when my dad died.
Adding to the obstacles of their amateur racing program, Dan Villopoto's kidneys began to fail during Ryan's 80cc racing career, Refusing to put the racing schedule on hold, the waste that his kidneys normally filtered from his blood grew to a deadly level.
The doctor says, if you don't go get this done and get on dialysis, you're gonna die in a week. That's what they said. So.
He said, I need a list of all the dialysis centers because I'm going. He said he would rather die than quit. And I remember having to schedule dialysis every 2 days on the road from here to Tennessee to Oklahoma.
I told Ryan a couple times, I said, hey, let's quit this. Buy a ski boat. Do something else, you know? And he'd just keep saying, no, I'm racing. I said, okay, let's go. Let's get it done.
Well, I've never really seen my dad cry. The only time I've seen him cry is when something with Ryan happens. People can sit and judge and say my parents are irresponsible about putting all their efforts in a kid and a dirt bike, but my parents knew if Ryan didn't make it, what else would Ryan do? Not to be mean to my brothers or anything, they just never liked school and they barely got through grade school. I feel like it's the greatest gift that my parents could have gave my brothers, is to back what they wanted to do.